Hello! It is hard to believe, but we are approaching our 2016-2017 school year, and your child is in my math classroom this year. I am very excited for this upcoming school year. This short video will help you to understand concepts that will be seen in my math classroom this year. It will discuss my overall approach to teaching math, the second grade skills that will be taught, the kinds of routines your children will see, the typical lesson and what it will look like, how I will communicate with all parents, and the technology that will be used. But first, I'd like to tell you a little bit about myself. My name is Miss Alyssa Brazel. I grew up in Sioux Falls, South Dakota, and it was there that I decided I wanted to teach. I then went on to attend South Dakota State University, where I studied early childhood education and played soccer for the Rabbits. Go Jacks! I obtained my teaching certificate from Dakota State University and am now a full-time second grade teacher at Medarie Elementary School. Next, I would like to talk to you about my overall approach to teaching math. I believe that every student is a mathematician. This means that every student is capable of learning the math content this year, and I will remind students daily that they can do anything they set their mind to. Our class motto is, "It's not that you don't know the answer, you just don't know it yet." We will treat mistakes as learning opportunities. I also believe in a growth mindset. In a fixed mindset, people believe their basic qualities like their intelligence or talent are simply fixed traits. They spend their time documenting their intelligence or talent instead of developing them. They also believe that talent alone creates success. In a growth mindset, people believe that their basic abilities can be developed through dedication and hard work. Brains and talent are just the starting point. This view creates a love of learning and a resilience that is essential for great accomplishment. I also believe in a supportive learning environment. In this environment, students respect each other's experiences, culture, knowledge, needs, and ways of thinking. Students will view everyone in the class, students and teachers alike, as learners, teachers, and problem solvers. A good problem solver is curious. They wonder about things, they ask questions, and they explore. They're flexible. They look for different ways to solve a problem. They are persistent. They keep on trying and never give up. They take risks. They try new or challenging things. They are not afraid of making mistakes. And they're reflective. They take the time to think about what they are doing and why they are doing it. Real-world application is the next component of my overall teaching approach. I want my students to understand that what they are learning this year in my classroom will be used in the real world. I will constantly be finding ways to connect the math concepts being taught to the students' daily lives. This will make the math concepts easier to understand and more significant to them. Now we will move on to the content being taught. Your children will learn a variety of math concepts and skills during this year that are aligned with the Common Core state standards. For those that are not familiar with the Common Core standards, state education chiefs and governors in 48 states came together to develop the Common Core, a set of college and career-ready standards for kindergarten through 12th grade in the English language arts and literacy and mathematics. Today, 42 states and the District of Columbia have voluntarily adopted and are working to implement the standards, which are designed to ensure that students graduating from high school are prepared to enter 2- or 4-year college programs or the workforce. In grade 2, instructional time should focus on 4 critical areas. Number 1, extending understanding of base 10 notation. 2, building fluency with addition and subtraction. 3, using standard units of measure. And 4, describing and analyzing shapes. Base 10 notation means to count in 5s, 10s, and multiples, as well as number relationships involving these units, including comparing. Fluency in mathematics means to understand a concept or to be fluent in a particular skill. Students use what they know about addition to develop fluency with addition and subtraction within 100. Students will recognize the need for standard units of measure, such as a centimeter or an inch. They will also use rulers and other measurement tools to understand these units. Students will describe and analyze shapes. Through building, drawing, and analyzing 2- and 3-dimensional shapes, students develop a foundation for understanding area, volume, congruency, similarity, and symmetry in later grades. The Common Core state standards expect students to reason about mathematical ideas and to discuss and explain that reasoning. We call this math talk. Math talk can be broken down into 5 talk moves. These moves are restating, add on, revoice, agree or disagree, and wait time. Students can restate or rephrase something that another student shared about a problem or class discussion. They can add on their own thoughts to what another student has already said. They can revoice or repeat exactly what another student has said to promote comprehension. Students can also agree or disagree and apply reasoning in a respectful way to something that another student shared. I will pause after prompting or asking a question in order to allow wait time for the students to think before answering. Now I'd like to give you a mental picture of what my classroom will look like. My classroom will include the following components: a meeting area for whole class discussion, desk arrangements that allow individual, partner, and small group work. Math materials and manipulatives will be accessible to students, and there will be wall space to hang visual models and charts. The poster to the left is an example of visual that will be displayed in my room. I mentioned math manipulatives on the slide before, and I wanted to make sure we were all on the same page. A math manipulative is a tool for teaching and reinforcing math concepts. Some examples of math manipulatives in my classroom are interlocking cubes, base 10 blocks, pattern blocks, real and play coins, 100 charts and number lines, dice, playing cards, rulers, and calculators. Next, I'd like to talk to you about the math routines that your children will experience in my classroom. The purpose of these routines is to support learning. There will be a variety of routines in my classroom, but these are two examples. How many pockets is a math routine in which the whole class will count how many pockets are on their clothing, their pants or shirts, etc. The class will add these pocket numbers together to come up with the class pocket number. This routine will be repeated once a week, and the class will continue to add the day's pocket number to the previous pocket day number. How many days have we been in school is another routine that I will use. I'll use a hundreds chart for this routine. Each day of school, I will have one student from the class place a sticker in the next square of the hundreds chart that corresponds to the day in school. A typical lesson in my math classroom will start with me stating the lesson objectives. The objective is what the student will learn or accomplish in the lesson. I will also engage their prior knowledge about the concept and connect it to their daily lives. I will then model the skill for the class and include math talk strategies and problem-solving skills. Students will always have time to work independently and in small group or large group settings, depending on the lesson or skill being taught. I will ask open-ended questions during each math lesson. I have included examples of open-ended questions on this page and encourage you as parents to use these questions when working with your child at home. I will always remind students that they are mathematicians and encourage them to be persistent when working through problems. I will assess students' understanding by making observations in the classroom while they are working towards mastery of a certain skill. The students will have daily work that I can also assess. I will also conduct formal assessments such as quizzes and tests. We will utilize technology in this classroom. 10 Marks is an online math program that allows teachers to differentiate math learning and help every student reach his or her potential. This means that 10 Marks is customizable to meet all students' needs. We will also use Class Seesaw. Seesaw is a digital portfolio for the classroom. It allows teachers to communicate with parents, collect and make notes on student work, and record student progress. Communication is very important to me as an educator. I firmly believe that you as parents are my biggest allies during this school year. It is our job to work together in order to provide the best education and learning environment for these students. I plan to communicate with you using a variety of resources. First, I will hold an open house prior to the school year where I look forward to meeting with you all and establishing a good foundation for two-way communication. I will utilize a monthly newsletter that will display all of the upcoming events taking place in our class and at the school. If you would like, I can schedule a home visit at any time during the year to discuss your child's progress and development or any other information that you would like. I will be conducting parent-teacher conferences as well throughout the year to discuss these things too. I have also included my cell phone number and email address. Please don't hesitate to contact me for any reason. Now that we've come to the end of the presentation, does anyone have any questions? That is a very good question. Yes, a great math app is called Splash Math. This app is a collection of fun and interactive math problems that are aligned to the Common Core state standards. It also contains a lot of the content that will be taught and the children will see in 2nd grade this year. Here are some screenshots of Splash Math. Take a look. Yes, a calculator will be on the list of supplies needed for 2nd grade. We won't be using calculators every day, but we will use them to build a foundation for using calculators that students will need in future grades. Thank you very much for listening to this presentation. Once again, I'm very excited to start this upcoming school year, and I can't wait to meet you all at the open house. See you soon.